Pass live there to the event.
We are launching the Presidential Election Results Center for the 2015 presidential election. The launch of this center is an important milestone in the preparations for this year's presidential election. As you may all be aware, we are going to the polls tomorrow. The Commission is delighted to have come this far and to inform you that we are ready for tomorrow's election. Preparing for an election of this magnitude is an enormous task, but the Commission, with the help of our stakeholders, has worked tirelessly to put all the requirements in place. On behalf of the Commission, I wish to congratulate the staff of the Commission and all stakeholders who have assisted the Commission in various ways for the job well done so far. I particularly wish to thank the Zambian government and the cooperating partners who have helped with the funding for the activities of this election, and for all those who have assisted the Commission in one way or another to prepare for the conduct of the 2015 presidential election tomorrow. The Commission wishes to welcome all international observers and monitors who have taken keen interest to witness the presidential election. So far, we have accredited a good number of international observers, local monitors, political party agents, and the media. I wish to encourage all of you to familiarize yourselves with the Zambian electoral laws that will guide the conduct of your work. The Commission values your participation in this election process as it enhances the transparency, legitimacy, and credibility of the electoral process. The Commission would like to assure the nation and all stakeholders that adequate measures have been put in place to ensure that tomorrow's presidential election is held in a transparent and secure environment. Evidently, the Commission is also ready to receive the results of the polls, which are expected to be received and announced expeditiously in line with the stakeholders' expectations. All the staff and election materials have been deployed to the various districts, and by this evening, the Commission will be doing the final touches. The Commission will ensure that there is adequate flow of information to all stakeholders through help desks that will be set up here at Mulungushi and at the Commission headquarters to address issues of concern and respond to questions that may arise on poll day until the end of the process. In addition, the Commission will hold 3 press briefings at 10 hours, 15:30 hours, and 22 hours on poll day, which is tomorrow. These briefings will address any issues and concerns that may arise during the polls. The Commission will also be available to address and communicate any matters of concern throughout the period as and when need arises. I wish to inform all stakeholders that the Commission will receive the election results both electronically from collation centers in the constituencies and manually by fax from the districts to the Commission headquarters and to the Election Results Center here at Mulungushi. These results will be verified, after which they will be publicly displayed in the center and aired as they are received from the collation centers throughout the country. For those of you who will observe and monitor the polls and counting of the results at the polling station, I wish to advise that you must all be vigilant and as attentive as the ballot papers are being counted at polling stations. And if you notice any need for recounting, apply for a recount to the presiding officer, as no recounting of votes is allowed at collation or totaling centers or here at the final results center. Recounting of votes, I repeat, can only be done at the polling station and not at the totaling center. Political parties are reminded to ensure that they have representation in all polling stations across the country. Each candidate is entitled to have 2 agents accredited to a polling station, but please note, however, that only 1 accredited party agent should be in the polling station at any given time. I further appeal to all political parties to observe the end of the campaign period which is 18 hours today, the 19th of January 2015. The Commission has, however, noted with dismay some incidents of violence that has occurred during the campaigns. It is regrettable that in this era, political party members could go to an extent of physically injuring one another on grounds of differences in their political views. I wish to appeal to all political parties and the aspiring candidates to advise their supporters and political party cadres to conduct themselves responsibly during the polls tomorrow, regardless of the outcome of the election. All political players must remain calm as the Commission carries out its mandate. I also call upon all stakeholders to be peaceful during and even after the election. Remember that in this election, there can only be one winner. So tomorrow, somebody will lose the election. So I'm saying, please don't create violence if you happen to be in that category of people who lose the election. Might take this opportunity to appeal to the media to desist from speculating on the election results, but to report on the results as they are announced by presiding officers at the polling station. Speculating on the results of the polls can result into conflicts and adverse consequences which can negatively affect the nation. I urge all of you to be patient and await the final declaration of the result of the poll, which will be made by the Chief Justice, who, in accordance with our law, is the returning officer for the presidential election. In short, I'm saying curtail premature celebrations. The Commission will periodically inform the nation of the status of the poll and the results before the final declaration is made. Finally, I wish to appeal to the Police Command to be alert and ensure law and order is maintained during the polls and up to the time of the declaration of the results and thereafter. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll have more details as they happen out in Zambia. We do have reporters on the scene keeping us up to date with all the election frenzy that's currently happening. It's now time to